Just to set the record straight, number one, AY is not my friend. We have never been friends.
Popular stand-up comedian Basketmouth dropped a bombshell on April 10, 2023 after revealing that AY, his colleague in the comedy industry, has never been his friend and will never be his friend.
You know, saying that the guilty, they cry wolf the most. Do you get?
The Papa Benji star actor didn't stop here. He revealed that Ayo Makun is full of lies and a snake who has only grown to become a bigger snake in the industry. It's no news that this shocking revelation by Basketmouth is coming after AY's explosive interview with Today on March 25.
Nobody knows what I've been going through.
Weeks after this interview went viral, Basketmouth, while featuring on the latest episode of the Honest Bunch podcast, hosted by media personality Nedu, debunked AY's claim, insisting that he is full of lies. Notably, the Ghana Jollof producer said 90% of what AY said was lies, and their beef was never about the 30k job. Regardless, the working relationship AY claimed they had is untrue because it was a one-off deal. Basketmouth further claimed that he was never friends with AY and they would never be friends, so it felt very bad for AY. Since Basketmouth reacted to AY's explosive interview, AY has been keeping it cool, but his wife, Mabel Makun, begs to differ. Is there more to this beef than Basketmouth and AY?
Hello guys, it's T-Code here for African Glitz.
The 17-year beef between ace comedians Bright Okpocha, better known as Basketmouth, and Ayodeji Richard Makun, also known as AY, has been the biggest beef in the Nigerian comedy industry. Yet, no one has been able to unravel the mystery, or should we say, the bone of contention for so many years. But word on the street has it that it's because Basketmouth snatched AY's longtime friend and mentee, Bovie, from him, causing some kind of rift between them.
People they call me, waiting happen. You even talk one time, say that thief Bovie from you don't hear that one now. How? Bovie na babe.
After years of radio silence from both parties, Basketmouth finally discussed the beef during an August 2022 interview on Ebuka Obi Uchendu's Black Box interview series on Bounce Radio. The flatmate star actor claimed that AY said something he wasn't supposed to, especially when he knew it would cause a rift between them and the other person. I don't mess around with loyalty. He came into my space and messed around with loyalty. It was Magmos Umeri, my lawyer. I said something to AY and he told Magmos, and he wasn't supposed to say it. The 44-year-old comedian, however, played down the situation and revealed that he had settled the issue and moved on. We made peace and he apologized. Basketmouth said, adding that although he and AY are not friends anymore, they remain cordial.
When last did you talk to him?
As a friend?
When last did you have a conversation with him?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Did you call him?
We don't talk.
Okay.
Further in the interview, Basketmouth debunked speculations that he fell out with AY because he took his former mentee Bovie from him. I did not snatch Bovie. Bovie is not a girl, he said. Later in May of 2022, during a Ask Me Anything session on his Instagram page, one of AY's fans asked, "At AY Comedian, do you really have any issues with Basketmouth?" In response, the Being Mrs. Elliot star actor claimed that he doesn't have issues with Basketmouth, but Basketmouth had an uncontrollable superiority complex and he chose to avoid Basketmouth's incessant childishness to maintain his sanity. I don't have issues with him, but people having unnecessary issues with you is the price you sometimes pay for being progressive. He has been battling with his uncontrollable superiority complex for the longest. So avoiding his incessant childishness only became necessary for my own sanity, he said. Another fan inserted, "In other words, the both of you don't talk?" AY responded, "We only talk to those who want to talk to us. Does that make sense?"
When you keep quiet and you don't say anything, so the only time I will now address it with that tweet, everybody came for me.
Almost a year after saying that Basketmouth suffers from an uncontrollable superiority complex, AY Makun is trending online again following a tell-all interview with media personality Chude Gideonwo. In a March 25, 2023 interview, the movie producer opened up on his 17-year-old beef with Basketmouth. Narrating things that went sour in 2006, the Merrymen star actor said he was still a struggling comedian at the time and Basketmouth used to give him gigs and paid him 30k. But once, his senior colleague refused to pay him, stating that the client was not impressed. AY, who happened to have bonded with the client at the event and exchanged numbers, quickly contacted the client asking why he refused to pay his oga. The client then stated he made full payment to Basketmouth before the event. After much back and forth, Basketmouth finally paid his 30k, but their relationship never survived that failed business transaction in 2006. As you must have guessed, AY claimed he begged Basketmouth for forgiveness severally, saying he did what he did because he was hungry, but Basketmouth was adamant that he would never work with him again and that their path would never cross. While still begging, the 30 Days in Atlanta producer said God opened another door, a bigger one for him, after he was contracted to open shows for a popular TV program Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But in the future, Basketmouth kept his energy, even going as far as unfriending those close to AY and refusing to introduce AY when MC for events. Even then, this did not stop AY from trying to repair their relationship. The Christmas in Miami actor said he and his wife, Mabel, attempted to attend Basketmouth's wedding, but his name was missing while his wife was on the guest list, so they had to go back home.
Did you know that I attended Basketmouth's wedding when all these things were going on at the time? And I was at the wedding. They looked at the list of guests. My wife's name was on the list. My name, not the list. I wasn't qualified to enter the wedding.
Even at that, AY said he still paid friendly visits to Basketmouth when his wife gave birth.
Maybe the wife gives birth. I'll go with my own wife. We'll go there. Maybe something is going on. I kept doing everything.
We have never been friends. I have never visited his house. I've never personally invited him to my house.
AY cited Basketmouth at a hangout spot and said hello. While Basketmouth is still his junior, AY regards Basketmouth as a senior colleague in the industry and asks for forgiveness again.
And my dear colleague looked at me eyeball to eyeball and said, I'm a beast. I don't forgive.
Popular comedian Bovie is not left out of this beef. Just days after AY's interview, and talked about his relationship with Basketmouth and why they no longer seem close. The Banana Republic star actor said, "You know, but there was this friendship, this symbiotic friendship, but it was more visible because his brand. You put Basketmouth's name on anything and it's going. So I think over the years, my mission was to become a brand as well, a big one. And there's a stage where brands grow to, and the room becomes too small. You'll have to basically find your way. That allows room for more people to come on board. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but there's also a limit to how far certain people can take you. You have to get up and move to break new." Although Bovie made it clear that his relationship with Basketmouth is still intact, many have taken the interview as proof that he does have issues. This caused the ace comedian to get heavy criticism online, as many bashed him for being too proud and unforgiving.
I called Bovie when the thing comes. I said the next day or 2 days later, I can't call Bovie. I said, Bovie, no vex. Maybe I don't forget. This thing happened. Bovie say no. What about this one? I say no.
Basketmouth has come out to say his side of the story. On April 10, while featuring on the latest episode of the Honest Bunch podcast, Basketmouth debunked AY's claim, insisting that no client was involved. According to him, he was never friends with AY and their working relationship was a one-off deal. He said, "It's 2023. My kids don't grow. My son is going to be 14 next month. Everybody don't they grow. It is so sad to say na this kind gist dey social media. 2023 after elections. After all these things, Ukraine don't fight the war with a talk of 30,000. The talented comedian planning his retirement from the game said it's easy to tell he was never friends with AY because no one will find a photo of them online.
If you look around social media, you will never find a picture of me and him.
Further speaking, the multi-talented entertainer claimed that something he heard about AY threw him off. Basketmouth further stated that 90% of what AY said during his interview with Jude was lies. The 44-year-old producer of Ghana Jollof series insisted that the job AY talked about was a one-time gig, adding that AY mentioned the 30k story because he's looking for clout to promote shows and sell tickets.
It's so bad that sometimes my name will be removed from an event.
This guy don't judge me, give everybody. No be small. You know, I know you don't know. I think we didn't do. You know, Showers. I don't know what I know.
As expected, Basketmouth's side of the story has been met with mixed reactions on social media. One of the first people to react is AY's wife, Mabel Makun. In a post on her Instagram page that fans think is directed at Basketmouth, the mother of two wrote, "I have come to realize that some people pass information in an aggressive manner because they know no other way." Mabel continued in the caption, stating that not everyone can be diplomatic. People should learn to be understanding and keep their mouths shut. Everyone can't be soft-spoken. Understand this and know peace, she said. Hours after, she wrote again, "Your energy introduces you before you speak." Was Mabel talking about Basketmouth, or is it just a coincidence? Fans would never know, but those loyal to Basketmouth have been dragging her for wading into a matter that doesn't concern her. Netizens have also dug out old photos of AY and Basketmouth after the latter confirmed they were never friends and no one would find a photo of them together. On Twitter, people have been using it to catch cruises. Bovie is not left out. After Basketmouth's conversation with the Honest Bunch went viral, Bovie shared a photo of Basketmouth and AY together, using it to shade them. He wrote, "This is Basketmouth and a fan, 2004. AY, no vex before you call today for me." In another post, Bovie implied that AY must have forgotten he wasn't friends with Basketmouth. He wrote, "Phew, I leave it for 5 days and everything possible happens. Can ADHD make one forget that they are in a relationship? Asking for a friend."
Value for value is very key.
Yeah, which is what you put said.
Value, you said that in value for value is very key. When somebody there around me and you don't bring anything to the table, you are almost irrelevant.
Yeah, parasite.
So you need it. Even if now one single idea, just say, boy, buy this thing. No bad. So technically, when I create things, I won't want you around.
Exactly.
As Basketmouth continues to trend over the Pandora's box he opened following AY's explosive interview, many are expecting the Merry Men star actor to fire back, especially now that it seems his wife, Mabel Makun, has fired a bullet.
Guy, I'm not your enemy. I'm not your friend. Be just there. And that's it. There's nothing bad in that.
Yeah.
Be honest, I feel if I see that guy, I will give him a hug. He needs a hug. I need to show him love.
Tell us guys, what do you think about the 17-year beef between AY and Basketmouth? Do you think it's because of 30K, like AY said, or because of loyalty Basketmouth claimed? Lastly, how and when do you think this beef will end? A lifetime or very soon?